What's up, Boss Road Crew? We're out here, part 2, hole in the rock mine. Now, if you want to see this whole middle adit exploration, check out part 1. But we're just gonna speed through and get to the Winze and head on down. So here we go. All right, just getting to the Winze. That's where we're going. All right, let me get my camera hooked up to my helmet and we'll head on down. All right, got the headlamp hooked up, light hooked up. We're dropping in. So I think this is about 70 feet looking at it. Oh shit, that's a missing rung right there. Sorry for the language. And this is a pretty much vertical. Let's see what's over there. Goes in and just stops, so we will continue down. Yeah, small little hole. Okay. Squeezing through here with my backpack. It's tight for some reason. Well, not for some reason. I really ain't a fan of heights, so I just gotta go for it. So I got everything set up and just had to jump into it so I don't overthink it. And I didn't put my gloves on, so now I got slivers in my hand. Oh well. We'll live. The bell wire. What's up with this? Put that there so we don't get smashed by it. Looks like we got a collapsed drift behind us. Let's get a look at it. Old wheelbarrow. Goes a little ways. On the way up, maybe we'll run that direction. I want to get to the bottom and run that. And we'll come up and squeeze back in there. getting close to the bottom. Ladder's been real solid. Just straight up and down though. This section feels just a little inverted. Almost there. Looks like it might just be a... Oh man, I don't know if I can get around that. I'm not gonna be able to get around that. There's a whole bunch of rungs missing right there that I'm not going to be able to get around right there. There's like, right underneath me there's one missing, and it looks like 4 are gone, 2 are completely broke. Dang. It looks like it just ends right there anyways. There's a mucking plate, a little hole that just kind of stops. So that's the bottom. Well, let's go up and run off into that drift. Dang, so close. Back up and we'll run that drift that's directly behind us and above us right there. To get to that bottom, I'm gonna need rope so I can get past all those rungs. I don't think I'd have a problem getting down, but getting back up would be real difficult. And since I'm all alone, I ain't gonna risk it. We're almost that drift. Okay, get off that false floor. Cool, so there's the old wheelbarrow. Claps coming through. Oh man, it gets so tight. I'll take my backpack off right here. I can squeeze through this. Stay there. Okay. That stops right there. Oh, that's cool. Little cubby. Made out of a Hercules box right there. Real green, or almost I don't know what it is. And that's as far as it goes that way. Might have gone further, but just filled in. So shucks. Okay, well, let's get back on this ladder. We'll head out and head to the uppermost portal, which I believe is small as well, but I think you can look down all the stoping works. If you go back and check out part 1, you'll see what I'm talking about with the stoping on this level above us. And then after that, there's 2 old mills just right around the corner, and I'll show you guys that. Oh, look, miners are playing tic-tac-toe. No one won. Stalemate. You won't. What's that say? Lives, lives going, something. And Elvis was here. Okay, the fun part. Made it over the gap. Not too bad. So this ladder's real solid for probably being over 100 years old. Okay, well now we know what's down there. Missing ladder. So like I said, we're gonna run out, go just a little bit above this, see what that drift is about, and then we'll head over to the mills. All right, let me catch my breath and we'll get up there. All right, made it up to the uppermost portal. As I said, I believe will be like the upper stopes. They're dropping everything down. Let's see what it's about. Ooh. It's gonna be tight. we're just gonna go in. Alright, we're in. This one's a little taller. Wish it was even taller, I could just stand up. Looks like it ran that way a long time ago. Now it's all collapsed. Looks like we might be getting to the end. Huh. Or chute going up. I don't know where how to get up to that section. I didn't see any waste rock piles above me. Wonder if there used to be like a manway in here and it all collapsed. Then we got old ass ladder. Runs down to this pit. Barely hanging on. Looks like they were running down and just poking their way. Fully collapsed. Said I wonder if that collapsed section down there is one of the chutes that we saw in part 1. Looks like it actually went that way. The carts would run, dump here, dump it down. So maybe just an overpass going down. Yeah, I think this whole thing collapsed. Crazy. Alright, well, I'm gonna poke around outside. Maybe there's an upper access point, and if so, we'll run in there. If not, I'll see you guys over by the mills. They're pretty rad. Alright, we're over at the first mill site. You can hear that there's a nice creek flowing right next to it. Check out this first building, which I believe was like a workshop area. Maybe they pull a vehicle in here or something with how open this is. Garage of some sort. pretty barren. Better mouse traps. Looks kind of old. It's pretty cool. You can see the mice just poop all around it. Care less about the trap. Your house. Sick, it's my house. Is that an old bottle? Miller Lite. Alright, let's go over to the mill now. Looks like a maybe settling pond. So they weren't sending all the muck down into the creek, stream. So that looks like, I don't know, maybe. Old crater of some sort. Maybe watch out for these snakes. Alright, just get to the mill. Oh, rad. Looks like one of the shaker tables. Probably a belt system coming down out of there. Oh, looks like a little sluice there. Down and shake. Yeah. That's cool. Big old wheel. Oh, rad. Big pipe. Or wheel here, probably for the power. Looks like they would have water running in. Looks like it goes underground. Comes out right. Yeah, right there. Be an extreme amount of volume. It would spin this wheel here, which would spin in here, which would probably have another mount with belts and whatnot powering everything in here. That's pretty cool. There's one of the belts right there. Old oil can, looks like. Looks like there's an ore bin up there that would dump down into this. I wonder why there's a... I don't know why there's two, but it would go in here, drop down that little chute there, go into this. There's a cup system right here that again would be powered by that water wheel. Would go up and drop it in to a ball mill or some kind of crushing mill. Another, yeah, like I was saying, it would drop or would come in, drop into this hopper feeder, feed down into this guy. These cups would pick it up and take it to wherever it needed to go. There's another feeder that comes down, feeds into here, goes into a ball mill. Oh, rad, look at that. Break the circuit. Oh, circuit broke. But yeah, ore would be fed into this ball mill. There's no balls in there. It would crush it up. There's a lot of pieces missing. Looks like it would come out into this. Stuff going all over the place. There's another feeder here that goes into this like sluice box type thing. More belts going all the way up. I wonder if this is some cups as well. Let's go check it out. More belts. Here's the upper part of that cup system. Looks like this is what, yeah, the small cups. So probably real fine material. Go in, shoot down that little chute there, and go into that sushi box. Let's look down at the ball mill. Super rad. This is the top part of that smaller cups. I think there's just a bunch of different bins and chutes for different size door, or maybe different types. I don't know. I'm not expert on mills. Whoa. Here's the water pipe that was running down. It goes underground to turn the water wheel to give power to this mill. Oh no, that looks like a 10-inch pipe. That's crazy. Scrap metal, scrap wood, smaller diameter, probably 2-inch pipe there. A pretty awesome mill. I love this cup system here and how they use the water to power her. And like I said, this must have been amazing back in the day. Most of the mills I've been to are out in the middle of nowhere. There's no water. It's just barren. This is super lush. Water running year round. All these trees will get real thick with leaves, so shade. Like I said, they probably had other planters and other stuff here. So pretty awesome. The next one we're going to is right down around the way, and we'll fly down there in the drone. And that one's a little bit older. That one is, I think, called the United Mill, but I'll catch you down there. Alright, just getting to a second mill site. Ore would dump in, drop into there, come out on that feeder. What is that? Some kind of crusher maybe right there in the middle, looks like. So feed down onto this little belt. Belt would move ore in, get crushed in that guy, drop down, and then it looks like there's a ball mill, an Astra think, I don't know if that's how you say it. That looks like a small ball mill. Let's get down there. Lots of quartz around. So like I was saying, it would feed in. There's a belt system here. Push it in. Go into that little crusher. We'll go under insert on this side. If that's possible. Yeah, United Mill site. A little motor. Looks like it would drop in. This would spin. It would feed into this ball mill here. Get crushed more. And then maybe they'd bring it out here and crush it even more. Let's see what this gear ratio is like. Think I can move these rocks? Well, that's just one hand. It's good gear ratio. That's pretty rad. The ore would be in here and these rocks would just go around. It looks like maybe they'd add some water or some kind of solution, maybe. Just smush it all up. Grind it down to a powder. And then it looks like they'd open it and feed it into maybe a truck or something down here, or a wagon. There used to be something right there too mounted. Maybe another little motor that would spin this guy. And then another little ball mill made out of a CO2 tank or something. How hot. But pretty cool. This is a cool area. Again, creek right next to you. Fresh water. Get hot, go take a dip. Looks like there used to be info on it, but someone has taken it. But pretty rad. Well, we got almost to the bottom of that mine. Like I said, it looked like it just stopped. There was a little tiny hole. I don't know if the camera picked it up. So I don't know if it went further and there's just a big plug. But there was a big sized gap that I couldn't get past. Maybe I'll come back one day with Ryan and drop it with rope down at the bottom at least, just to make sure it doesn't keep going. And then checking out these mills, it's pretty rad. But I hope you guys dug this this trip here. Like always, love your adventure. I'm about to head out to Nevada. Got some big mines and some awesome mill sites that we got pinned. So stay tuned. Should be out there next week. So I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.